as an extra resistance. Let me go ahead and wait for Jonathan to connect before we get started. And we will, of course, start seated for our core. As I was saying, Jonathan, you know, body weight core, but if you have a dumbbell, feel free to add it for that extra resistance.
What?
We have 6.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not talking to me. You.
Okay, let me get off video. I'll get off video. This is what.
We will have 6 exercises today. We're going to be doing 2 rounds. The timing will be the same, 2 sets per exercise, 35 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. And then once we get through the 6 exercises, we will do it again for that second round. So we will start on our back. And this is one where I will use my water bottle as an example for the dumbbell. We will start on our back, legs bent, feet flat, arms over our chest. We're going to sit on up, making sure you keep that chin off that chest, bringing it all the way up. And then your arms should be horizontal, parallel to the floor. You're going to rotate it to the left and then lay it back down, sit on up, rotate it to the right, making sure you keep that core nice and engaged, back nice and straight. Second exercise, we will extend those legs and bring them into the air. Again, you can keep that dumbbell. You're going to bring it up for that toe touch, shoulders off the ground, lay it back down, and then drop the legs, making sure you pull your belly button into your spine, keep that pelvic tilt, and then you're bringing it back up to that toe touch. Modified version, you can do the toe touch and then just drop one leg at a time if you think that your back is going to continuously arch and that you can't maintain that pelvic tilt. Then we have windshield wipers, arms out to your sides, keeping those legs in the air. We are just dropping those feet down side to side, stopping right before they touch the ground, making sure both your shoulder blades stay flat on the ground. Then we will be turning it over into a plank position. Again, you can grab that dumbbell if you have it into that high plank, hands and toes. You're going to bring it on up into a side plank, bring it back down, and then you're going to cross that knee that's on the same side of the hand that you brought up to that opposite elbow. Then you'll switch. If you have a dumbbell, you can bring it over, bring it up into that side plank, back down, and then that same knee is crossing over to that opposite elbow. Then we're going to lay it on our back, legs bent, arms overhead. We have a full body crunch. So as we sit up, we're going to lift our feet off the ground, coming into that crunch. And then last exercise we have, keeping those legs bent. We're going to bring our feet in the air, hands by our head. You're coming for a cross body crunch. So that elbow's coming to that opposite knee, laying back down, and then you're going to extend both legs out. As always, making sure you keep that pelvic tilt. So everyone go ahead, lay it on your back. And keep those legs bent, feet flat. If you have a dumbbell, feel free to hold it, arms extended over your chest. Our rotational sit-up is where we're starting. So coming all the way up, bringing it to one side, laying back down, and then when you sit up, you're twisting it over, making sure that core stays nice and tight. We have 2 sets, 35 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, starting in 3, 2, 1. Sit it on up, rotate it to the left, bring it back down, and then repeat, this time rotating to the right. Those arms should stay nice and straight, and when you're sitting up, they should be parallel to the ground. Really making sure you're engaging your core and not using momentum to sit up. We have 5 more seconds. 2, 1, let's rest. 15 seconds of rest. We're gonna do the same exercise, so lay on your back, keep those arms over your chest. We are sitting it on up, back off the ground in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, rotate it, and then bring it back down. Keep that chin off your chest. Halfway there. And then we're going to move into our toe tap and leg drops. 4 seconds remaining. 2, 1. Let's rest. Extend those legs. We're going to bring them up into the air. Toe tap to that leg drop. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach up for those toes, shoulder blades off the ground, and then slowly and in control, lower those legs down as far as you can, either right before they touch the ground or right before your back begins to arch, whichever comes first. If you need to take that modified version, you're just going to drop one leg down at a time. Make it a little easier on your core and your back. Remaining 2, 1. Let's rest. One more set of these. Gonna bring our legs straight in. Reach into the toes in 3, 2, 1. Reach it up. Drop the legs down. Make sure those shoulders come all the way off the floor into that crunch. And again, you can always modify it with a single leg drop rather than both at the same time. Only 3 more seconds. 2, 1. Let's rest. We're going to put our weight down if you have it, and we're going to bring our arms out to the side. Keep them dropping those feet. And in 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Make sure as you lower, those shoulder blades are staying flat on the floor. Modified version of this is you're just going to bend those legs, and then you're going to drop the knees down right before they touch the floor, still keeping both shoulder blades nice and flat. Two, 1, let's rest. We're going to repeat this one more time before we turn it over into that high plank. Arms are still out by your side, legs are up, dropping it down in 2, 1, bring it down. Fifteen more seconds, halfway through the set, and then we're going to flip it over into our high plank, hands and toes in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's turn it over, high plank, grab that dumbbell if you have it. We're coming into that side plank rotation and then to that cross body with that same leg in 3, 2, 1. So you bring that right arm up, twist to the right, back down, right knees come into that left elbow. Now we pick the left hand up, twist to the left, bring it back down, left knee, right elbow. Ten more seconds. Doing one side first, then switching over to the next. Let's go ahead and rest. Okay, same exercise. Make sure hands are underneath those shoulders. We're bringing our knees up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up, take that right hand up, twist to the right. Bring it back down, right knee, left elbow. Left hand up, twist to the left. Bring it down, left knee, right elbow. Making sure as you come into that side plank, you make a nice straight line, shoulders stacked on top of each other. And then as you come back down into that crossbody, you keep the butt down, back nice and straight. Let's rest. We will turn it over. Full body crunch. Legs are bent, feet flat, arms over our head. We're gonna sit it on up and lift our feet off the ground in 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Feet should be coming off the ground. You're swinging your hands around so that you touch your heels. Your back should be coming completely off the ground. And just like we do with any sit-up or crunch, keeping that chin off your chest. 5 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1. Let's rest. 1 more set. Same exercise. Full body crunch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit it on up. Swing the arms around. Pick the feet up. Tap those heels. Fifteen seconds remaining. Two, 1. Let's rest. Keep those legs bent because now we're picking them up. Hands by your head. You're going to bring that elbow to that opposite knee. Lay it down and then extend both legs out in 3, 2, 1. Left elbow, right knee, back down, extend the legs out. Right elbow, left knee, and then repeat. As always, maintain that pelvic tilt. Make sure that back stays flat as you extend the legs out. If you need to, you can modify it by extending one leg out at a time, just like we did with those toe drops. 2, 1, and we're resting our last set in this first round, and then we're starting it all over for one final round. First, we got to get through this set in 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee, opposite elbow, shoulders off the ground. Extend the legs out, either both or one at a time, whatever is comfortable for you, but still slightly challenging. Just make sure that back is not arching. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Tilt your pelvis. Three, 2, 1. We are resting and we are starting it back with those rotational sit-ups. So grab your weight. If you have one, extend your arms over your chest. Drop the feet down so your legs are bent. We are sitting up in 3, 2, 1. Sit it on up. Rotate one way. Bring it back down. Arms should be horizontal, parallel with the floor as you sit up. Five seconds remaining. Go ahead and rest. We have one more set of these, our final time doing them. Lay it on back, arms over our chest, backs off the ground in 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, rotate it, and then bring it back down. Every time we sit up, our chin should be off that chest, not tucking it in. There's 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's lay it back down. We're going to extend those legs. You can keep that weight because we have our toe taps to our leg drop. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Reach for the toes, shoulders up, leg it back down, drop the legs either before that back begins to arch or right before you hit the ground. And again, modify. You can just drop one leg down and then alternate with each rep. Let's rest. And let's do that one final time. Legs straight up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach for the toes and drop the legs down. Slow and in control. Keep that lower back nice and flat. Ten seconds remaining. Last time we're doing that. Keep it moving. Keep the core engaged. 2, 1. Let's rest. You can drop that weight now. Arms are coming out to our sides. Keep those legs straight up. We have our windshield wipers dropping those feet. 2, 1. Bring it down. Only lower as far as you can, either before one of your shoulder blades starts to lift off the ground or before you touch the floor. And again, we have that modified version where you bend the legs, still keeping those feet in the air, but you're dropping the knees down side to side instead of the toes. 2, 1. Let's rest. One more set. And then we will be halfway through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Ten seconds remaining. 2, 1. Let's turn it over, high plank position. We are going to pick that right hand up first and twist it to the right. Nice straight line. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick the knees up, right hand up, twist it to the right. Bring it back down, right knee, left elbow. This time the left hand's coming up, back down, left knee, right elbow. And again, you have that option to use a dumbbell or a water bottle or something if you want that extra resistance. We are halfway there. Make sure as you twist, nice straight line, shoulders stacked on top of each other, almost like you're making a T. Go ahead and rest. We have one more set. Keep those hands under those shoulders. We're coming knees up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand's coming up. Let's twist it. Back down, right knee, left elbow, and then switch sides. Last time we're doing this, just 15 seconds remaining. Give me one more rep. And let's rest and turn it back over. Legs are bent, feet flat, arms overhead. We have our full body crunch, sitting up and tapping our heels. 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Lift those feet off the ground. Bring those knees slightly in so that your hands can wrap around and reach your heels. Ten seconds left. Keep that chin off your chest. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. One more set. And then we have one last exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit it on up. Lift the feet. Reach for the ankle or the heels. Just over 10 seconds left. Bring that back all the way off the ground. 2, 1. Let's rest and bring our hands to our head, keeping those legs bent. We're picking our feet off the ground, bringing that elbow to that opposite knee, and then extending our legs out in 3, 2, 1. Elbow to opposite knee, back down, extend those legs out. Either doing both at the same time, or you can do it one at a time if you don't think that you will be able to maintain that pelvic tilt. Five seconds. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest with one more set. Our final 35-second set, and then we'll get into a little cool down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbow, opposite knee, back down, extend those legs. Just over 10 seconds remaining. Keep it up. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. And grab a quick sip of water if you need it. And we will get into a little cool down. We will begin on our back today. So we will lay on our back, keeping those legs bent. We're just gonna pick our feet up off the ground and hug our knees in towards our chest, stretching out our lower back. And if it feels good, you can roll side to side as you hug those knees. And then let's go ahead and stop it on your back. If you started rolling, bring that right arm out to the side. Left hand's coming to the outside of that right knee. We're gonna push those knees down towards the left And then look over our right shoulder. Little spinal twist. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here. And then let's go ahead, pick the knees back up into starting position. Extend that left arm out. Right hand on the outside of the left knee. Pushing the knees down to the right and looking over your left shoulder. And we're gonna go ahead, bring it back, center, pick those knees up, keeping the feet together. We're gonna open at the knees into a butterfly stretch. Hold those feet in your hands, and you're just gonna pull those heels closer towards you. If you'd like a deeper stretch, you can even use your elbows to push out your knees. Feel that stretch in your inner thighs and groin. And then we're gonna go ahead and drop the left foot down to the floor, keeping it bent. We're gonna bring that right leg across the left, coming into a piriformis stretch. Pick that left leg up in your hands, pulling it towards your chest till you feel it in your right piriformis. As always, it should be nice and easy, no pain. Three, two, one. Go ahead, drop that left foot down, uncross the right, and then switch sides. So now your left foot's over your right leg is in your hands. And let's go ahead, drop that right leg down, uncross, and when you're ready, slowly sit up. We're gonna come into a crisscross position. You're going to take our left hand, place it beside us, and then you can either bring that right arm overhead where that hand is, or if you want a deeper stretch, drop that left elbow to the ground, still bringing that right arm overhead, making sure to keep that right hip on the floor. Don't let it lift up. And then go ahead, inhale, bringing it back center. Place that right hand beside you. And then exhale, bringing that left arm overhead. Again, if you want that deeper stretch, just drop that right elbow to the floor. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here. And then let's go ahead, inhale, bringing it back up center. Place our hands in front of us, push up so we can come into quadruped position, hands and knees. We're gonna just bring it up into a downward dog, lifting our knees off the ground, pedal out those heels, stretching out your calves, push those shoulders back. And then we're gonna go ahead and kick that right leg up and then bring it forward into a hip flexor stretch. So from here, you can either keep that left knee up or you can drop it down onto the ground and uncurl those toes, depending on how tight you're feeling today. Just sink those hips in. We're gonna keep our left hand on the ground, pick that right hand up, twist it to the right, and then go ahead, bring it back down. If you haven't, go ahead, drop that left knee. We're gonna push the hips back, Pick up the right toes, extend that leg and fold it forward into a hamstring stretch. If you need to, it's fine to bend that leg a little to take some of that pressure off the back of the knee. And then let's go ahead, push the hips back, drop those right toes, pick that left knee up off the ground. We're gonna bring our right foot back into that downward dog. And now we're picking up that left leg, bending it, bringing it forward into our hip flexor. Again, you can either keep that right knee up or you can drop it down and uncurl the toes. Either one will stretch out your hip flexor. Keep that right hand down, left hand's coming up, twisting towards the left. And then let's go ahead, drop that left hand back down, drop the right knee, uncurl those toes, and push the hips back, extending that left leg and picking up the left toes. If you need to, again, bend, a slight bend in that knee, taking some of the pressure off as you fold it forward. Feel that pull in the back of your legs. And then we're gonna go ahead, push the hips back, pick up that right knee, bring that left foot back into that downward dog position, and slowly walk your hands back to your feet. We're gonna bring our arms behind our back, interlock them, and raise them up to stretch out our shoulders and fall deeper into this hamstring stretch. Go ahead, bring the hands back down and release them slowly to the floor. We're gonna take a nice big inhale up in 3, 2, 1. Inhale up, reach for the sky. Get as tall as you can be. And then we're gonna go ahead, exhale our hands back down into that forward fold. We have one more of these. Big inhale up. And then go ahead and exhale those arms back down. That is all I have for class today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed and have a great weekend. Hopefully I will see you all next week. Have a good one, Alex, Mike, Eric, and John.